Yo, 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 what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood, the new OIWA North American champion. Joined here with my boy, Tony DeBurton. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a pretty quiet day, just the way I like it.
Good, good. I like that, man. I like that it's been a quiet day for you. Hasn't been too much crazy shit going on, man. I want to talk about some things real quick.
All right.
I want to talk about life. I want to talk about friends. I want to talk about relationships, dating, all those things that we talk about.
Okay.
Like when you're dating someone and you guys are serious, do you like find it? Do you find it odd if they don't post like pictures of you guys together, or like on their Snapchat or on their TikTok, on their Facebook, things like that? Like when you're all in, you should be all in, correct?
Sure. Absolutely.
We're not talking about AEW all in. We're talking about like just life and all in. You know what I mean? Like you and I, we're partners. We're all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, I just want to kind of get that off my chest a little bit. I was talking to someone about that today, and it turned into a disagreement. And I want to kind of like put that out there because, in my opinion, if you're in a situation where you're in a relationship, friendship, whatever it is, you shouldn't be ashamed of the person that you're with or whatever, whatnot, right?
No, absolutely not. No, that you should be flaunt them. Put them out there for the world to see.
I agree. So that was my 2 cents, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get into it real quick. I want to talk about this weekend's pay-per-view, NWA Power. Now, yeah. I'm really talking about NWA Power for 2 reasons. One, I have a lot of friends that work at NWA.
Yeah.
And I watched the pay-per-view along with Adam Blitz, and we did a review show of the pay-per-view.
Yes, you did.
And we talked about a couple of things. And wait before going any further. Shout out to my boy Paul Moonshine. Happy birthday, you old son of a bitch. How old are you? 200 years old? I remember you were the guy that was like on the Aqua Noah telling the animals 2x2. I remember that. I remember you telling me the stories about how you were there when they carved the 10 Commandments out. I remember that. So happy birthday, you old son of a bitch.
Oh God.
Oh man, gotta shout out my boy Paul Moonshine on his 99th birthday. So you're asking how the knee is. The knee is a little better. I'm gonna probably end up getting some injections in the knee sometime this week, and it's gonna hurt like shit, but it is what it is. That's right. Thanks, ass. That's right. Paul Moonshine. Paul Moonshine is the only dude that lost a game of craps to Jesus. I swear to God.
Oh, good Lord. Will you stop?
Hey, I love Paul Moonshine. Remember that one time when we were doing the show and Paul had just joined the Freak Show and he was calling himself Paul Freakshine, and like that, he paints his face, and it was Halloween time, and I was like, dude, I will give you fucking $100 if you go out there on a tricycle and you paint your face white with little red dots. And say, you want to play a game? That's where he looked like Jigsaw. Was funny as shit. But yeah. Anyway, NWA Power, pretty good pay-per-view. All the best match for me, as someone who reviewed the show, was Fred Rosser versus JTG. Hard-hitting match. You can tell they did that match for Shaq Gaspard. It was fucking awesome. Those guys put on an amazing show. I was talking to my boy Homicide today. Homicide actually said the same thing. He was like, yeah, that was one of the matches that he was involved with. He said that match was hard hitting and it was fucking sick. So that was, to me, that was the best match. And there was a title change on the show that I totally disagreed with, but I'm not gonna state my opinion. What is your opinion of that, Tony?
I'm a huge fan of Serena Deeb. I think she might be the best women's wrestler in the country right now.
The women of a
Honestly,
thousand holes.
absolutely. No, she is absolutely amazing. She's held the belt for a little while, or quite a while, actually.
Yeah.
She had. I'm torn on that one because, as a huge fan of hers, she's. I know. It's like.
I just saw it made me laugh, so
Yeah,
we
so,
can't put that
so I'm
post up
torn.
there.
So I'm pretty torn on that. Need to quit. Oh God, Lord.
That's funny.
Do I need
That's,
do I need to go? Do I need to go Gorilla Monsoon on this person too? Really? I mean,
no. I can't see who it is because it says Facebook user, but yeah, don't
that's
do
what
it.
it says for me too. As a matter of fact,
Oh, okay.
but
Oh,
so yeah.
anyway,
Uh, I mostly disagree with that title change. Honestly, you probably could have gotten a whole year out of Serena being champion, and then done the title change. But it is what it is, and as long as she's still, working on a regular basis, you know, I'm cool with that.
someone just sent me a message and said that we have a huge echo. Does anyone else in the chat hear an echo? If you do, please let us know. Oh
Coming
God!
from one or
Look,
both of us.
to show you how old Paul Moonshine is, me and Guy are going to tag team you.
Whoa! Whoa!
You sick son of a bitch, you. I just another message just said there is no echo, so
Okay.
yeah, I guess there's no. It is, I guess. Okay, so going back to what we were talking about.
Yes.
I mean, the NWA Power pay per view was okay. Serena is in AEW, and that's good. But here's my situation. This is just me as someone who does television production, who is a booker, who runs wrestling. Some static with you. Okay, I'll figure it out. How about that? Is better? I'll turn this down real quick. Maybe a smooth jazz voice.
Yeah, you might have to turn your gain down a little bit.
Yeah, I just did a little bit. Is that better? Okay. So what I was saying about the whole title change. Why would you? Oh, Banning, what's up, man? Why would you take the championship off someone who is seen by 1 million people a week? Like the title was getting so much publicity. I mean, AEW did a pay-per-view the week before, and the title was on the fucking pay-per-view. Even if the pre-show, it doesn't matter. It was still on there. People were watching it, and it was getting recognition.
That's
no offense to Camille, but Camille as the women's champion isn't going to do anything because she's not out there. She's not on national television. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Camille's fucking awesome. She's a badass chick, but the title should have stayed on someone that was more recognizable and that was more in the public eye.
Yes. And so, I mean, truthfully, Serena can have a good match with just
Serena
about
can
anyone.
Wrestle a broom and have a good match.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, we've seen that she's had just consistently good match after good match after good match, on AEW, regardless of who she's worked. I mean, she was able to save that match with Red Velvet.
Oh my God. Yeah.
She had a really good match with Rio. I agree with
Cheryl. Better advertising. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I say they could have kept that title on her for a full year, had her going back and forth between AEW and NWA, and just had, just kept raising the profile of that championship. You really could have done a lot more with her title reign, I think.
I just think that they took that off of her and they put it on Camille. Maybe because they wanted something in house. Like, I mean, I guess if you wanted it in house, that's fine, but it's not going to get the recognition. And like Cheryl said, it's not going to get the better advertising if it's not on a fucking global form.
Yeah, so I mean, you could have made some kind of an arrangement, let's say, where this is just me doing, playing fantasy booker here. So let's say if you really want to put the title on Camille, you could have done 2 matches.
Mm-hmm.
You could have done 1 match on AEW on one of their shows and had Serena retain via, some kind of fuckery, right? That would have necessitated a rematch on an NWA pay-per-view.
There you go. And if it was hyped on AEW, that's more buy for your fucking company. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So you've already got the rematch. You've got the issue over the championship.
Hey, and one thing they did better than WWE. One thing they did better than WWE women's matches is they'll actually have a fucking story.
Exactly. So yeah, that's exactly what I would have done. I would have let her go that 1 year, and then right after that 1 year would have passed, had the rematch, have Camille go over, win the championship, and now your title, your champion, and the ex-champion are all better off for it.
That right there is good, solid booking. Now, let me talk to you for a minute about let me talk to you about some people. And when I say some people, I mean some people. Because some people haven't been getting a fucking push that they deserve. Some people have more skill and more charisma and little pinkies than a lot of guys have in this business.
Sure.
And I'm glad for the first time in a very long time that someone who has that skill, someone that has that ability, that know-how, that fucking drive, someone that's pretty badass in his own right, is finally getting a push. Finally getting what he fucking deserves. I've been telling this dude for years. I know this guy for a long ass time. We team together, and we just homies. Like, we're like that. And I shoot straight at him. Hey man, look, you fucking should be here. This motherfucker has been TV ready for a long ass time, and because of politics and bullshit, they keep him off TV. But now, this dude is fucking what he deserves. Hey gentlemen, let me bring in my boy, the king of Philly, Just Money. My boy Blk Jeez. Jeez. What up, homie? How you doing?
What's going on, bro? Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep, we got you.
Back.
You can hear me?
Yep. Can you hear us?
What's going on, man? Yeah, we good.
Okay.
Good.
So I had a long conversation today. In fact, I gotta hit you up tomorrow because you got to do some, gotta get to bed early tonight because that's 3 hours ahead. But I had a long conversation with my boy Homicide today. And we had a little discussion about what me and you discussion about. So you and I need to talk after the show or when you're done tomorrow.
Yep.
But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why my boy, the Church's Money, Blk Jeez, is on here today is because this right here is your new NWA Power Superstar, man. Tell us what is going on over there at NWA.
Man, we just finished the tapings down in Atlanta. Man, it was a good time. You know what I'm saying? I made my debut on the show last night. Man, I'm just looking forward to the future with NWA, man. Finally getting an opportunity to showcase what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time coming, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a grind. It's been a hustle. But finally, the door is open for me. You know what I'm saying? I just stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And things is popping off now.
Man, I mean, man, when we talked about the gimmick, we talked about the character, the gimmick you were doing, and I talked to Homicide about that today, and he was like, "Man, that shit is tailor made for you." And people, if you don't know about Jeez, you should go follow his shit on Twitter because like he posts these little vignettes, these videos. And you've been sending me these videos for a long ass time, but these videos, they totally tell a story about your character, what you're doing, and now it all ties into NWA. I mean, these people here on the podcast they're watching, and the ones that are going to be listening on all the cool podcast, platforms that we're on. Tell them where Jeez started and where Jeez is going and where Jeez is at.
Well, Jeez started in Philly, man. Like the entire time I've been in the business, like the only goal I had was to wrestle in Japan. I accomplished that, and then I had other accomplishments along the way. I did TV, you know what I'm saying? I did pay-per-views. I wrestled for all of the companies that's out there, but I was never like factored in long term. So I would do like a handful of appearances here and there, and you know what I'm saying? And it was cool, but I always wanted more. And then it was like for years, it just seemed like the doors were closed. I would reach out to companies, I would get no love, you know. And a lot of times over the years, like people would try to make it seem like I'm some type of liability. They try to make it seem like I'm unprofessional, I'm bitter, and I'm not. I mean, when the camera is on, it's time to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess like I was just too believable to some of the boys. You know what I'm saying? So they would just, you know, try to keep me out of company. You know what I mean? I never understood it, man, because like it's our job to make people believe. You know, it's our job to get that emotion out there and give people their money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm old school in my mindset, so when it's time to go to work, it's time to go to work. And if the direction is to be the most unlikable, unsavory character there is, that's my lane. You know what I'm saying? I put everything into being that person. It's just sad that a lot of cats in the industry, they feed into it too much, you know?
I mean, shit. You know me, bro. Um, I'm a straight shooter. I tell people like straight up how it is. No filter here. Like I just fucking say what I say and I do what I do. And I love the fact that you were telling me how it's all about like you being you, NWA. No one scripts you. No one tells you what you should not say. It's just like legit bullet points. And Homicide I said the same fucking thing. He's like, yeah,
Right.
you know, it's just, you know, the powers that be want real motherfuckers at the NWA. And, you know, man, I'll be seeing you soon. I'll put it to you that way. But
Love that.
I mean,
I love that. You know that.
You know, oh man, for sure. But we talked about the whole, like the storyline, the gimmick that you're working now. Let the people know, like, what are you doing in the NWA? You just debuted on the television show, which I'm pretty sure will be on Fight TV next week.
Yeah. Well, my debut was yesterday.
Yes,
on Fight TV. Yeah. On Fight TV.
Okay.
So yeah, you can just check it out every Tuesday, 6:05 on Fight TV. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Bro, it's gonna be some entertaining, money making material, bro. That's what I'm gonna say right there.
Rolling up on Tyrus and Austin Idol in your debut on NWA Power. That's a hell of a way to debut.
Hell yeah, man. Austin Idol, bro. I mean, it's Austin Idol, man. And
Exactly.
the big
fuck, man.
And the big homie Tyrus, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was fortunate enough to be presented with like a great opportunity to debut. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we had our own run with it, you know?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
I heard through the grapevine, man, and you know what I mean by the grapevine, that you got possessed with something, and you're like, yeah, let him do it. And I understand a lot of hires, a lot of producers, a lot of people that are like big wigs in the NWA legit came up to you like, bro, that's good shit.
Yeah.
And you didn't even wrestle.
Yeah. I mean, bro, you know how we do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no handcuffs, man. No handcuffs, no scripts. Just go out there and do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Make me care. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And I'm saying just go out there, do your thing. There's a reason why you're here. Showcase it. You know what I'm saying? And and we all get that trust, and we all go out there and we do what we do, and we create magic, bro. That's what we do, and that's what we did all weekend long, you know.
Man, I'll tell you, like I said, I watched the pay-per-view. I have my ups and downs about the pay-per-view, so to speak. No, shout out to Simon Miller. I have my ups and downs about the pay-per-view, and like I said, me and Tony were talking about it before we brought you on. We're talking to Homicide about it earlier today. Fred Rosser and JT,
Yeah.
to me, best match on the card.
Yeah, I agree. Bro, like Fred Rosser, man, that dude, like, he can go. Like, and when you talk about somebody whose fundamentals are great, they're he's believable, no wasted motion. You know what I'm saying? You know how like us, you know how us wrestlers, you know what us wrestlers look for, and like that dude, he can go with any and everybody, man. Like it's crazy. It's crazy that he didn't get more opportunities in other places in the past, man. Because that dude is great, man. Like he can go, and JTG, man. Like what more can I say, man? JTG is a star, man. Like, bro, like that was the best. That was the best match on the pay-per-view, in my opinion, man. Those.
Looks like Jesus' internet froze on us a little bit. Well, while he fixes his internet, let's go to a quick commercial break real quick. And oh, wait, he's back. He's back. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool,
I'm here.
cool.
Can you hear me?
We lost you for a second. Yeah,
I don't know where it stopped at, but I was saying like Fred Rosser versus JTG, man. I agree, man. That was my favorite match on the pay-per-view. Both of them, they got their thing in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a great match. Like that match would have shined everywhere, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. I mean, Fred Rosser, you know, the gimmick is he's Mr. No Days Off, and legit, like he is Mr. No Days Off. To do his ass off, man. He's phenomenal. And then you put JTG in there, man. It's just like, man, peanut butter and jelly.
It's like
ham and cheese.
It's like watching those two wrestle. Like there's no holes in their game, man. Like there was nothing in that match that you could poke holes in at all. The like everything was covered. The match was a great match. You know what I'm saying? And you love to see that, man. A couple of brothers going in there with intensity, you know what I'm saying, with believability. Like I mean, what more can I say, man? That match was great. Loved it.
It was.
Absolutely.
Those guys fucking kicked ass, man. Hey, before we go to our commercial break, I want to give a shout out to a couple people. First off, give a shout out to Mobile Homicide. Shout out to JTG. Shout out to Fraser. I mean, man, that pay-per-view, those matches, we talked about making us believe.
Right.
And I believed like that. I believed in the whole entire match. Like I was like, wow, they're doing it for Shad. You can tell, and it was hard hitting. It was the moves were inventive. Like it was great.
Yep. Definitely.
And sometimes you need a match like that to totally just like light the fuse and light a fire up under your ass. You know, even, like I was talking about earlier. You know, sometimes you need that big push to get something over the top. So yeah.
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with the new NWA Power Star right here, Blk Jeez.
Professional wrestling is one of the toughest sports going today. If you ever dreamed of being a professional wrestler, then former WWE superstar and World Tag Team Champion Sir Mo of the famed tag team Men on a Mission invites you, yes, you, to join his Bumps and Bruises Academy. Now in 2 locations in Carrollton, Texas and Sherwood, Arkansas. Allow Sir Mo and his head coach, Dante Smiley, and other coaches to get you on the road to an exciting and rewarding career. Classes forming now for your shot. Contact Sir Mo at 704-819-7312 or fill out an information questionnaire now. Don't wait. Make your dreams come true today by joining the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy.
Hi, this is James Beard with SWE Fury, and you're watching the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
And we are back. Man, James Beard always likes a fire under me, man. Him and Mo, Sir Mo, part of the OWA Sword Championship Wrestling coming up this month. Swordmania down in Dallas, Texas. Unfortunately, I won't be defending the championship at Swordmania, but you know, it is what it is, man. Bookings galore. Shout out to Heather. You know, shout out to cool people in the world. Tony, you have some questions for Jeez?
Yeah, so in regards to your current NWA tenure, I guess we can call it. Now, you said you've been looking to get up. I mean, it's been well known you've been looking to move up to a promotion that will actually appreciate your talent and actually give you the opportunity to speak without having to self-filter, self-censor. Had you been a big NWA fan prior to this, going back to the old territory days, the Mid-Atlantic, Georgia Championship Wrestling, et cetera, and if so, would you say that was your main influence as far as professional wrestling goes in general?
Well, yes, I was always a fan of the NWA. I mean, when I was a kid, yeah, I liked WWF when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But then, once I started watching NWA, it was like, this is real. You know what I'm saying? It was like WWF was like fake, whatever, and NWA was real. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the Horsemen, you had Manny Fernandez, Rick Rude, you had Rock and Roll Express. Like, I mean, the list goes on and on. Like, that was real. You know what I'm saying? And like and now, like, as far as NWA now, like, this is the promotion that fits me the best because like the focus is on story, the focus is on hard-hitting matches, the focus is on characters, people that can talk, people that can, you know what I mean? People, it's about emotion, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about giving that crowd their money's worth and not having to do a whole bunch of unnecessary things in the ring. You know what I mean? It's realistic wrestling. It's storytelling. You know what I mean? And that's the best fit for me. You know.
I agree. And with that being said, now that you have that, that best fit possible, for someone with your knowledge, your talent, and your ability, there's always, well, I don't want to say this, I don't want to categorize this by saying, that it's a stepping stone or anything necessarily like that, because NWA Power, big time opportunity in and of itself, but there's always that link, to, New Japan, AEW,
Right.
AAA, possibly. Would
Right.
any of those possibly be a goal in your future?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I want to showcase my talents everywhere because it's been a long time that like people haven't seen what I bring to the table. So I want to hit the ground running, bro. I want everybody everywhere to see what the church's money Blk Jeez can do. You know what I'm saying? I want to get in there with the best. I want to get in there with the best talkers in the game. You know what I'm saying? Make them step their game up, Like, that's my thing right there. Talking. That's my biggest strength. Yeah, I can wrestle. I can wrestle with the best of them. But when it comes to talking and talking, like talking people in the building, as they say, that's my lane right there. And I want to be in there with the best at it. You know what I'm saying? I put my ability up against everybody in the game. Like, for years, people always would talk about, well, such and such is the greatest talker in the game. The greatest talker. So great. There's nobody better. and I would get pissed off about it. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I just wasn't in companies that were getting recognition that they deserve. You know what I mean? So people didn't see it. But now it's different. So now everybody is going to take heed to what I bring to the table as far as bringing that emotion. You know what I'm saying? Money making talk and money making character. I'm right here right now. You know what I'm saying? It's time to work, you know?
Definitely.
One of the best promos in the game.
Last question. You mentioned that you had already been to Japan. Where and when?
I went to Big Japan twice. This was years ago. This was back in, I think, 2011, 2012, somewhere around then. And, you know, Big Japan, their main focus is death matches. I don't do death matches, you know. I was doing regular matches over there, you know. And, I mean, it was cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a bucket list thing, you know what I'm saying? But you know, if I do go back to Japan, I would like to go to a company that focuses on wrestling. You know what I mean? Nothing against death matches. Like I said, I don't do it, but you know, I'd love to go back and showcase myself again. I mean, and because it was so long ago, like I got more experience now, more know-how, understanding the game better. So, you know what I'm saying? It would be even better now than it was back then, you know? Like back then it was like an introduction. But now it would be
you were doing tours between CZW and Big Japan at the same time, right?
Right. Yeah, they had CZW and Big Japan had a working relationship. So I went over there. Yeah, I went over there during that.
You know, cool. I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story about me and Blk Jeez. We team up as Rated 2G, and we pretty much run roughshod off AOW. We beat up pretty much everybody, men, women, it didn't matter who we beat the shit out of everybody. We were involved in this tag team tournament called the Best of the what was it?
Wasn't it was
the Pride of the Ring. It was the Pride of the Ring. So we were in this 2-day tag team tournament, and me and Joe undefeated the whole way. Like we literally, we were the number one contender of the AEW Tag Team Championships. You know why I said that? Because just like with Seth Rollins and The Fiend, we were in a match that you can't get disqualified in. We got disqualified because we power bombed, we super bombed Ashley Grace off the top rope, and you know, just so you people know, it was not my idea. Jesus, like power bomb that bitch. So he talking about he don't like death matches. He regular matches, but you know, power bomb that chick off the top rope. He like that shit.
Yeah, fun times, man. Fun times.
But yeah, man. I'm always glad to have you on the show, man. I'm glad to see that you got NWA power, man. Finally, somebody recognized what I recognized years ago. Like I said at the start of this whole thing, you've been TV ready for a long ass time, so it's about time.
Appreciate that, bro.
My boy's a great promo, and he can work. Not too many people in this business can do that. Either one or the other, not both. So I'm proud of you, bro. And I said, I will be seeing you probably sooner than expected, because I think St. Louis is calling. But like I said, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yep.
So is there anything you want to shout out before we let you go? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to say? You know, anybody you want to fucking put on whatever, whatnot? Like, I mean, the floor is yours.
I'm a peaceful brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to thank you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thank you and Tony, man, for always supporting me, man. Always believing in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like I appreciate, you know how like you know how I am. When I'll send you those texts when I need to vent, when I need to get stuff off my mind. You know what I mean? It's been a lot of times, man. It's been a lot of those, you know. I want to thank I definitely want to thank the boys that been always trying to keep me out of companies, because y'all was scared of competition. You know what I'm saying? If you as great as you say you are, you would welcome competition. You know what I'm saying? Competition makes you step your game up. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We get
right.
money together. But a lot of dudes in the game, they don't look at it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Fear's a
Everybody, you know what I'm
motherfucker,
saying?
man.
Just, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Just keep showing your support. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep being out there, do my thing. Hit me up, my social media networks, Jeez215. Make sure y'all check out NWA Power every Tuesday night, 6:05 p.m. on Fight TV. You know what I'm saying? And again, man, it's time to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is hungry out here. Brothers is out here ready to continue to put out some classical money making material, you know,
That's
giving
right,
y'all your money's worth every time out there.
man.
Love it.
And that right there, that's a mouthful, bro. And like he's saying, come watch a Power, man. Tuesday nights, like you said, 6:05 p.m. Here on man. Speaking of Fight TV,
Mhm.
let me ask you guys something. Jeez, I'm gonna ask you because me and you always bounce shit off each other anyway. What do you think about the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast being on Fight TV?
I think it's a good idea, bro. Make that happen.
I mean, we're on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, fucking Spotify, over Apple, we're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We might as well be on Fight TV too. I think we're going to do that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
I think we're going to do that. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because you never know where the Roundtable will pop up, because me and Tony, we're all about that business. We're like, geez, we like to make that money, so.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Jeez, I will holler at you tomorrow, brother. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. Always a pleasure to have my people on. Tony, you got something to say?
Thank you very much for coming on once again. And we're going to have to pretty much make this, a monthly thing at this point.
Yeah.
I think you've been our most
I'm with
frequent
that.
guest, honestly.
Definitely. I'm with that, man. I love being on here, man. I appreciate y'all giving me the platform, man. Like, we family, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm about to put Jesus on his own
whenever,
spot. I'm about to make a specific night for Jesus to come on and just shoot promo
Exactly,
people.
Right?
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah, we
That's
can do
my hey, this TV ready, bro. He's TV ready.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, man. I'll holler at you tomorrow.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, no worries. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules...
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
And we're back. This week, man, it's been crazy in professional wrestling. Like,
It sure has.
with the NWA Power pay-per-view, just the stuff that happens on Monday Night Raw.
More importantly, the stuff that's been happening with AEW and with a retirement that just happened.
Yeah,
which
let's talk about that real
completely
quick. Let's talk about that
out
real
of
quick.
Nowhere. Wow. Leo Rush.
You know what's funny though? He legit retired. After he retired, he came back and retired again. I mean, it's kind of like a Tex Thompson thing, right? For those who don't know, they know. For those who do know,
not quite to that point, but so it was an AC joint injury that he suffered in the Casino Battle Royale.
I mean, he was there for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. You can usually tell when one of these things is, legitimate when it just straight up comes out of nowhere like this one did.
Yeah.
And especially the fact that, I mean, he was working what, New Japan, AAA, and AEW all simultaneously. He was about
doing a
to,
lot.
yeah. So to just stop that all right in the middle of probably the biggest run he's ever had in his career it's unthinkable, you know?
I mean, he was on top, man. He was for someone that the WWE got rid of for attitude problems, so to speak.
Yeah.
He came back and he was really humble. You know, he worked hard. I mean, he's had some great matches over there in New Japan what do they call it? New Japan Strong here in the United States.
Yeah.
You know, he went down to AAA. You know, he's doing the most, man. And
he had just done the Super Junior tournament over in Japan,
Yeah.
which is insane. I mean,
well, he's got a music career he can fall back on too. So
he does. But I mean, you look at a lot of the AAA. They just had they just signed a deal with Marvel. Freaking Marvel.
Yeah.
And Leo Rush was actually going to be one of the guys who was going to be part of that crossover. God, what character was it? Were they going to have him portray? I can't remember offhand, but yeah, he was going Arachno, so Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's just,
and he's a big comic book nerd too, so that would have been perfect. Then.
Oh yeah, that had to be absolutely So the Triple Mania card, which was also going to feature Kenny Omega defending the Mega Championship. Leo was going to team with someone who was going to be portraying Captain America against.
Oh my God.
So Spider-Man and Cap against
Avengers 2.0. Oh my God.
Against Terra Pupera, Thanos, and Veneno D. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but Veneno Deed would be Venom.
You're Spanish sex balls, dude.
I know it does.
Google Translate, my friend. Google Translate. It is your friend. It is definitely your friend.
At least I got Terra Pupera right.
True.
They end up
Arachno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
okay, so that sounded like it would have been great. I mean, it could have been great. It might have been great.
Yeah, and then the injury happens, and I mean, I can't fault him for the reason that he's choosing to retire, and he's taking care of his previous obligations, with the New Japan, AAA, and then he's going to call it. And I mean, again, I can't blame him when it's an AC injury, which is incredibly hard to come back from.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about, Achilles injuries, ACL injuries, but an AC injury is literally the joint connecting your shoulder to your upper torso. You disconnect that
to the hip bone.
Yeah, exactly. If you break or dislocate that, you're literally losing the use of your arm, at least temporarily, like completely losing it.
And I know he was complaining about numbness in his fingers and his arms too. So
exactly.
Yeah. But you know
So
what?
that
It's
yeah.
Wednesday, and you know what that means. Usually
Yes, we do.
that meant AEW, but it's
Usually.
Wednesday, and you know what that means. It means we have a drunk hillbilly on the podcast later. So can you spell the word Wednesday? It must be Wednesday. There's a D there, guy. Why? Because this hillbilly is drunk. You know, JB Moonshine, you need to go to AA. I think PCW Worldwide should have a match where if JB loses, he has to report to AA. I'm gonna talk to Booker about that. It should be a sobriety match. JB versus whoever, and it's a moonshine on a pole match. If JB wins, he can stay drunk. If he loses, he goes
straight
to
edge
AA.
guys, right? We have some straight edge guys in the locker room, don't we?
I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of straight edge, we have a gentleman that has been blazing a trail for many, many years. If it wasn't Indiana, if it's down in California, if it's been Vegas, the man has been doing a lot over the course of the last few years I've known him. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Knight. Sam,
what's going on,
welcome to the
fellas?
Roundtable podcast, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh,
You
man,
hear us
it's
okay now?
Wednesday.
Oh, now I can, man. I got to a better service area. I got
Perfect.
some
All
Wi-Fi.
Man, he's got that Wi-Fi, ladies and gentlemen. It's working. So, brother, this is the first time on the show, man.
Yeah,
we got
man.
some
Thank you
rules.
for having me.
We got some rules. Number one, turn your phone this way. Boom. There we
There
go.
we go.
Now,
Right,
number two,
there
there ain't no rules on the show. We ain't got no rules on this show.
There ain't no rules.
Oh man, if we have rules on the show, then we probably wouldn't be in trouble as much as we are. But we're here. I mean, we got drunk hillbillies on the show. We got Blk Jeez on the show.
Dig it. I dig it. I'm glad to be welcome to the show.
Man,
Really, Paul Moonshine?
JB
Really?
was born drunk. I told us, Mom.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God, JB! Look, let me tell you how old JB. Let me tell you how old Paul Moonshine is. Paul Moonshine was legit there when they were writing First Corinthians.
God,
Like he gave them the ink and the feather. Look, he is so old that when the Flintstones were they were carving the wheel for their car, for their dino car, Paul Moonshine's the one that gave him the concrete. Like, he is that old. Like, Paul Moonshine is what killed the dinosaurs. I'm just saying. Moonshine is like 200 years old. When Noah made the ark, and he was like, I want these animals on the ark 2x2. Paul Moonshine was there with the torch. He didn't have a flashlight. He had two torches. Like, come on, guys. Man, I'm just saying. Paul Moonshine is so old. How old is he? Paul Moonshine is older than Father Time because he is old. And today is his 1 millennia birthday. Paul Moonshine, you old son of a bitch. I know when you cough, dust comes out. So somebody get a rug doctor behind this dude because
Oh my God.
Paul Moonshine.
I'm half tempted. I am so half tempted to just buy a Jim Cornette cameo just so I can hear him roast Paul.
Oh my God, that would be so funny, dude. We would have to play that on the podcast every week.
I gotta hold on, gentlemen. I need to look this up. Cameo.
What the heck? Look at JB's. Look at his response. That's why CPWS heavyweight champion Cheryl and held every VCW belt in BC. What the hell are you talking? See, this is what I'm talking about. JB is so drunk he don't know what you're talking about. But let's talk about you, Sam. Let's talk about where you come from, where you've been, and what you're looking to accomplish here in the world of professional wrestling.
First of all, once again, I want to thank you guys for bringing me on the show. I truly appreciate it. Secondly, if we're giving a backstory to me, I'm originally from South Central.
Okay.
I started wrestling back in 2005. I got my break starting at Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. You know what I mean? And I went there, and after which I went to the AWS school in the City of Industry, and finally, I got I became Sam Knight at Knox Pro Wrestling Academy under the tutelage of Black Pearl, Rikishi, and Gangrel.
Shout out to Reno.
After that, it just, yeah, for sure. After that, it just it took off for me. Some things happened. One of my main trainers after leaving those schools, Jeremy LTP Robinson, one of my mentors,
my little brother, ladies and gentlemen,
my guy, my guy. You know what I mean? Like he, and when I left California after my father passed away, I was done wrestling. I thought I was done wrestling. You know what I mean? And I moved to the Midwest, and just everything took off. You know what I mean? Like, you name it, I was doing it.
It's so funny because like I wrestled all through the Midwest, and I remember doing a show in Indiana, and they were like, "Oh man, you should meet this guy, man. He's totally fucking great, man. You should meet him." I'm like, "What's the dude's name?" "Oh man, his name is Sam Knight." And I just died laughing. I'm like, "Bro, I already know." "How do you know everybody?" I'm like, "Bro, I already know him."
Yeah. What's crazy is I'm actually holding the championship for a company, and the promoter is like knows you, and he's like, "Yeah, man, BJ's my dude." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Man, I've known him for years, dude. Like, we've known each other for years. Like he used to give me pointers at shows and give me advice. I'm like, that's my guy." And he said, "Well, how do you know him?" "I'm from California. That's how." You know what I mean?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what you don't understand about the wrestling business, I'll just tell you. If you're a real wrestler, real wrestlers know real wrestlers. And it's simple. Like I said, I'm like all the way across the country, and if someone mentions Sam's name, it's like it's crazy. It's truly a fraternity, like a real fraternity. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's kind of a brotherhood to the point where we respect each other so much, and when you start laying that foundation of respect, people have no choice but to respect that. You know what I mean? Like guys are like, "Man, I know this guy and I know this guy," and it's never bad stuff either. You know what I mean? Because the bad stuff we weed that out real quick.
Real quick, Miss California pie.
Yeah, man. So yeah, and now that I've moved out here, man, I've had opportunity after opportunity. I just came back from being off for 10 months because I had knee surgery. But as soon as I came back, I had a different mindset, and people started to take notice. And I've been blessed with some major opportunities as of late, and the ball just keeps rolling, man. It's all going uphill, going up from here.
This is what I want you to do, because I'm all about helping out my people. And when I say my people, ladies and gentlemen, I mean my people, like the guys that are serious about this business, people who don't look at it as a hobby. This is a career. Bobby Horn, WWE superstar Sir Mo, try saying that 5 times fast, is part of the reason that I am now the North American champion for the OIWA. Okay, and it's where, and the motto is the OIWA, where the indies come to conquer the world. Okay, so I want you to find. You can look on my Facebook. You can look on my Facebook friends. Find Bobby Horn, Sir Mo. I'm going to send him a message. He's probably watching right now, so shout out to Bobby Horn and the OIWA. Send him a message and let him know that you're the guy that I told him about.
Yes, sir.
And I'm guaranteeing you will probably be working in Dallas or probably be working in Memphis pretty soon, because they're looking for real top-notch talent. And I don't put my name on nobody that I know isn't going to work. And you have a work ethic that, like, a lot of people. I mean, I talked to the booker in Portland. Tony knows that guy.
I know him.
The booker in Portland is dying to get you to come to work in Portland. I mean, as soon as Portland's open, you're probably one of the first guys he's going to end up calling. Because, see, Tony knows that guy. We're pretty. Me and Tony are pretty close to that dude. So we kind of like, like, hey, check this guy out.
Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy, and I think he would definitely sign you. He would definitely sign his name on you as well.
I think so. I would probably let us work with someone like JB Moonshine or maybe Jason Baptiste. You gotta have like a gimmick where it's like he I Cosmo say he I Cosmo know the booker too. He's an half of the Beast of the World Tag Team Champions. He's a member of the Rockefeller Foundation. He wears gold. He knows what's up.
Right.
So to answer your question, Mike Norton, real quick, July.
More on that soon.
Yeah, more on that. More to come, ladies and gentlemen, about the re-debut, the return of BCW Worldwide. It's all about Kate Brown, baby. Once she says yeah, the doors will swing wide open. But yeah, Jay Baptiste will have a great match. You guys are both two big burly dudes, and your game is kind of mesh, which would be kind of cool to see you guys face each other. I'm pretty sure you know who he is. He's a Knox Pro guy himself. Yeah, I think you guys will tear the house down. But yeah, so you talk about holding championships and such. What championships are you currently holding?
I am currently the DCCW heavyweight champion out of Muncie, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And
another show, man.
Yeah.
Are you at the DCCW show next in 2 weeks?
The Juneteenth show. Yes, I am. I am on that show.
I was on that show too, man.
I was hoping that I was going to run into you,
brother. I was on. Look, I hurt my knee, and the doctors were saying, "Yeah, give it a couple of weeks." And you know me, I'm like, a couple of weeks means a week. So I've been, working it out in WCWO down there in Indianapolis.
JKO.
Yeah,
Joey.
JKO. Yeah, he's trying to get me. I was going to come do the double shot, man. I was going to come and I was going to be excited because I knew I get to see you. I was like, super
for sure.
But it didn't work out because me being an old man and all, I got to listen to what the doctor said.
No, I get it. But I'm actually on that show. I actually just had a big match over there too. I know you've been following. I wrestled Pope over there.
Yeah,
and that was an eye opener. That was what I needed. You know what I mean? After all this time that I've been wrestling, it was an opportunity to be pushed past my limit. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for that. Yeah. Oh man, another level, right? It's another level. So
you've been in the business like not even a decade. I mean, well, yeah, a little over a decade, and like you're wrestling like big matches like that, and you're headlining huge shows. I mean, the people that work the DCCW shows, there are a lot of major stars in those shows.
Yes. And it's because, and honestly, I don't pat myself on the back for that. You know what I mean? This is like you said, the hard work and being humble and remembering where you came from, not coming in there going, yeah, I deserve this spot. It's I worked for this, but I'm going to still understand that it can be taken away from me just like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of guys don't get that concept. So every time that an opportunity is given to me, I don't take it lightly. I didn't take Wrestling Pope lightly. I don't take this match in 2 weeks lightly, and it's a huge show for us because it's a Juneteenth show. We're throwing a Juneteenth show. You know what I mean? Like the main event is going to feature 2 African-American males. You know what I mean? Like we're doing this show in the middle of a Juneteenth celebration. So we're going to have plenty of people around. Man. Like it's a big deal.
I'm sad. You're making me want to cry, bro.
Bro, look.
I was supposed to be there.
Listen, man, I'm sorry.
Oh man.
But
you see Big Red right here. You see Big Red over here, down the bottom right here. She was debuting at that show. Oh, now she's all angry with me. She talked to me. She's sitting in there. She's gonna break up with me soon. She already told me we're on bad terms because I got hurt. Like,
no, look, we got to get you here, man. We got to get you out here,
man. I told Joey and I told Mikey, the moment the doctor says you got your wheels back, I'm jumping on a plane and heading to Indy.
Bet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that way, let me know so we can go hit the Waffle House.
Man, you already know. You already know.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
when Mikey mentioned you, and I got super excited. So I was like, "What?"
I love Mikey, man. Let me tell you about Mikey. Look, NWA Circle City Wrestling. My good friend who passed away, Rob Kincaid, amazing guy, and inside and out, like love the guy to death. Like his literally his birthday is the same day as my son, which is totally awesome. So we bonded like right away. He introduced me to Mikey, and they were doing the ladies' man gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
And then him and Natalie, him and Cash. I love Cash too. She's amazing. We all clicked, and we took a trip to Vegas to do Colorful Rally.
Mm-hmm.
And Mikey was we were sitting there talking, and he look, ladies and gentlemen, I just gotta say, Mike King is an amazing dude. Like the dude donated his marrow. Like the dude, he's a hero, like legit. So anytime he asks me to do something for him, I'm totally there. He does like always benefit shows for DCCW. He's always raising money for somebody. I mean, it's an honor and a privilege to even know the dude, let alone be on the show with the dude.
Right.
So,
right. Exactly.
Like, and when you say Mike King, I only think of good things, and I'm glad you're involved with someone who is such a great guy, such an asset to professional wrestling, just such an asset to life, man. He's like a good fucking human being.
Yes,
there's
sir.
not
Yeah,
a
he's a good
lot of
dude.
human beings, man.
Yeah, he's a really good dude.
So
And
tell us
that's
about,
how we click.
yeah, I was gonna say that's how you guys click right there, because you guys both do good dudes.
I appreciate that.
I only speak the truth, my man. Tell us about your
Sir.
match, your championship match. What's going on? What are you doing on the show?
So right now we've put out this open challenge type deal. I've been holding their championship for 2 years, and I'm not even gonna say 2 years because COVID happened. But I've been their champion for a bit, and every guy they've put me up against, I have been able to come out strong. So this upcoming, next weekend, it's an open challenge, and we're just going to see who steps up. You know what I mean? They also have this. They have this big match called the Keys to the City match, which is a ladder and a cage match. And then this match is 6 competitors, and whoever retrieves the keys from the top of the ladder will get to face me at any time of their choosing. So of course, my eyes are going to be open to that, looking to see who's going to be the guy. I'm really excited about it because this takes us to a different level. You know what I mean? We're all about changing the culture, changing the outlook of professional wrestling. Because there are changing the narrative. Because what people need to understand is that there are some legit good dudes in pro wrestling. I'm going to say that again, legitimately good people in professional wrestling. Not all of us are whatever people have labeled us to be. And so anytime I step in the ring, I want you to know, heel or face, I'm still a good dude. I'm still that guy. And I'm gonna give you everything I've got. And when I'm done, you're gonna know I was in there. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that upcoming show.
Now, aren't you holding a championship in Vegas?
Yes, I am part of the Tag Team Champions of Vegas, and we are the #1 contenders for the Versus Wrestling Tag Team Championships with my partner, Sean Black. So
Sean Black's
we came in. Yeah, that's my guy.
He's been on the show, on the podcast too, man. He's another good dude.
We came in as the Amped Up Tag Team Champions. Amped Up is a promotion that Sean is heavily involved with a couple of other brothers out in California. So
That's right.
we showed up and we attacked Team High Risk, Simon Lotto and Stephen Andrews.
More
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that I've had feuds with making their AEW Dark debut, thinking there's something. Ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, remember I told you guys about the time that Blk Jeez and I got disqualified in a match? It was because of them two dudes.
It was those guys.
Yep.
AOW,
See how-
those guys.
See how the story comes full circle.
Exactly.
So-
Thank you for beating them up for me.
Yeah, hey, bro, I got some. They got some more coming. Cause I'm actually flying back to Vegas on our birthday. I'm flying back to Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. We share a birthday, July 1st.
We do.
Holla.
July 1st. So I'm flying back to Vegas, and I will be on the Versus show July 3rd. So I believe we're gonna have an interaction with them, if not the match that night. So you know, it's crazy.
I'm not busy that day, and
Bruh.
Southwest
Okay.
got some good freaking flyer miles for you.
Bruh.
My little brother is always in Vegas, like he in Vegas every weekend. So
Hey, I'm just gonna say I had a little conversation with him, so let's make it happen, Captain.
I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying right here on the podcast, Bad Blood ain't got nothing to do July 3rd. I'm just saying, somebody can get beat up. Hey, I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker. I'll roll with the punches. But yeah, for sure, man. So Versus Pro, huh?
Yes, sir. We'll be there, and then I'm trying to kind of get something set up for California too while I'm in town, but we'll see what happens. It just depends.
Well, it's like 500 lucha shows.
Man, yeah, and I will throw arm drags all day.
Bro,
All day.
let me tell you guys about lucha shows in California. Me and LTP we lived in the New Japan Dojo. New Japan Dojo would do a show at 5 p.m. every Sunday night. And we were like the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth match. The show would be over at 7 o'clock. I would get in the car with me, LTP, and Sexy Chino, the skinniest man in the professional wrestling game, little Peruvian guy, over as Rover. Anyway, we would get in the car and we would drive to the Chivo show, which started at 7 o'clock.
Los Chivos.
We would work that show for second or third match, right? And then it would be like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then we would go to Kiss and Charisma show right up the street and work another match. So 3 matches, sometimes 4 matches in one night on a Sunday in LA. Lucha shows, you can find them anywhere.
Man, I remember wrestling when I first broke in, wrestling for the Chivos, wrestling LLII right under the freeway in downtown LA. Lucha, hitting Lucha Pro because they were like with Trigger Gonzalez. Like I remember all that. Like,
WPW.
that was my but Martini, bro, that was like my first show. Like
right.
You know what I mean? Like
that's the first time, and I wrestled for UPW and was like under the whole developmental deal with WWE back in the day. That was the very first time I seen John Cena on the Indies. He lost in a match to Martine Marie in a fucking hip toss. He doing a hip toss, and I was like, "Did he just beat Prototype with a hip toss?" They were like, "Yeah,
boy, Martine, man, gotta love it."
LA brought a lot of big name wrestlers. I mean, TJP, came out of Martine's, Scott Law, Scorpio Sky, Quicksilver, Super Dragon. Another guy that we're not gonna say his name, but he was sleazy even back then. He was keeping it sleazy even in WPW. But yeah, Tony knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, and Sam Knight came from there too. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Man. Look at you.
It's crazy. Man, look, y'all. Let me just put you over real quick. Hold on.
This is my little hour for y'all. Don't. I'm just a cog in the wheel, man.
Nah, honestly, man, y'all set the tone. Like seriously, like what I'm trying to do is what people like you and LT and Chino, because I love Chino, and a bunch of other people did for me. Like when I first came into the business, like I was around the wrong crowd. You feel me? Like no disrespect to the guys I kicked it with because those were my guys, but we didn't know a lot and we were
Mhm.
sort of disrespectful. You know what I mean? But when we stepped back and actually paid attention to guys like you and guys like LT and guys like Chino who were actually teaching while y'all were working, we figured it out. And now I've got the younger guys looking at me going, man, who taught you? I'm like, I had the
Right.
opportunity to be trained by people who know what they were doing, who knew what they were
Mhm.
doing, and still know.
And you know,
You
it's crazy.
know,
We talk about, like, I always say, and I hate saying it because I'm not really all that old, but I've been a wrestler. As a matter of fact, June 16th, I've been wrestling 29 years. That's a long time to be wrestling.
yeah,
So I'm really old in the wrestling business. And I sit back and I think, I'm like, all these years I've been wrestling, it took Masato Tanaka knocking me unconscious at New Japan for me to learn, you know, all these guys like Mondo Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and, you know, Vandal Drummond and, you know, guys like like Hardcore Kid and you know, White Trash Johnny Webb and all those guys, you know, that taught me how to be a grown up in this business.
yeah,
And I had time
yeah,
to, you know, talk to guys like Eric Watts and Willie Mack and Sexy
yeah,
Chino and LTP and, you know,
yep,
guys like that. We all learned how to be grown ups in this business. And then we say, hey, you
yeah,
know what? Pay it forward. We got
yep.
the opportunities. Let's make these opportunities for the other guys.
And that's exactly what you guys did for me. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else. Like, I have rode with LT places. I have sat and had conversations with you. You guys have called me out on stuff. Even now, like my work ethic came from from watching guys like you and watching guys like LT. Like LT, he's still in my ear,
Mhm.
like constantly still in my ear.
He's
You
still in
know,
my ear. I'm the older
bro,
brother. He's still in my ear.
right?
Let me
Like,
tell you, he's the only person that make me cry on a weekly basis. Legit. And I'd be like, I hate you so much. He'd be like, I know,
yeah.
because I'm right. I'm like, I know.
hmm hmm
He's my biggest cheerleader, man. Like legit. I love that. I love that man the day I die.
and that's what's helped me evolve as a performer. But I remember, and I'll say this because he's probably watching now. I Before I went in there with Pope, I shot him a message and was like, I'm going into this, and he goes, "You got it." He's like, every push up you do, think you got to be better than him. You got to be better than him, and this is your opportunity to prove it. And I'm just coming out from being gone for 10 months and my knees just been repaired. So of course you have those uncertain thoughts. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you sit there just overthinking. And
Man,
then
yes.
he said to me, he was like, dude, you're gonna be fine. Just go out there and do what you do best. I remember when that bell rang and I looked at Pope and I'm just like in my mind, I'm like, you were just another worker and we're gonna make the best of this. And
You know,
we went toe to toe. Like, and don't get me wrong, I didn't look at him like he was Joe Blow from down the street.
hmm
I didn't allow my mind to get starstruck.
oh yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because Pope is that dude. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pope's a
is
great promo.
he is that dude. And I remember, and one of the things that sticks out to me about that match is he gave me 6 German suplexes. I remember 6. No one throws me, BJ. No,
True statement. True statement. Sam ain't a small dude. He ain't a
no
small
one
dude.
throws me. So he throws me 6 times, and I remember I'm gassed at this point. I will openly admit I was gassed because nobody throws me. And we finished the match and finished the match perfect, and no one got hurt. And I said to him, I was like, "You pushed me past my limit." And he looked at me. He went, "And that's why I came." And then the next day, he said to me, "The fact that you were taken past your limit and you kept going is what's going to make you great."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's what's gonna make you a star.
and that's with that advice. That's what I've been taking into every match I go into after wrestling Pope. That's what I took into life. So when I'm at the gym and I'm pushing myself and I start feeling tired, I push harder.
Yep.
You know, like it's that I didn't expect that to come from Pope, but it did. So he paid it forward to me to teach me because he learned from other people. And so that's my thing, man. That's what I'm trying to do with this business. Is like take experiences, things that I've learned from guys like you, guys from like LT, Pope, anybody else, and passing it on to the younger generation because they need that. There aren't a lot of leaders anymore, man. Like we don't have a lot of you
That
guys
is
anymore.
so true, man. Look, I tell people this all the time. I tell people in my locker room this all the time. You treat every show, every match, no matter who you working. You can be working friggin' Hulk Hogan, or you can be working Joe Blow down the street. You can be wrestling in front of 10 people, in front of 10,000 people. Treat every match like it's WrestleMania.
Yep.
And when you feel like you're not worthy enough to do that, get your ass in gear and step up. I worked a match, 8-man tag team match in at River City Wrestling in Texas. And on one side of the ring was my tag team partner, Hernandez. And he had WWE Hall of Famer, TLC Master, fucking Devon Dudley. And I'm like, man, I'm in the ring with guys that like I modeled myself after. Homicide's there. Some other people, Sammy Guevara was there, you know, yeah. So that was nice. I saved Sammy's life. He was Homicide was going to commit a way to 7 food, but anyway, long story, another day. That's another day. Basically, Devon walks up to me and he said, "Man, I splashed you in that corner like 6 times. I could see you were about to pass out because he was trucking, bro. I was like 210 pounds and he was like 350 pounds, and he legit hit me like a freight train in that corner. He hit it 6 times and then hit the what's up on me during the match, right? And he's like, dude, I didn't expect you to kick out. I was like, you said kick out. I did what you told me to do.
I did what I was told.
Like, yeah, I'll do what I was told. And he was like, how long you been working? And at that time, it had been like 15, 16 years, something like that. And I was like, I don't know, 15, 16 years. And he was like, brother, I would have swore you've been working way longer than that. I said, what do you mean? He goes, because when you were beat up, you weren't selling. You were actually beat up. But you kicked it into the next gear and you got up and you finished the match. I was like, because if I didn't finish the match, you were going to kill me.
straight up. That's a shoot.
He was like, you're an old school guy, aren't you? And I'm like, I firmly believe that no matter how you feel, you finished the match. I blew my hotel attendant in the match and finished it because I had no choice. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you see us out there busting our butt in the middle of the ring, we're doing it not just for your entertainment, but for your enjoyment. We push our bodies to the limit.
I said it yesterday. I was finishing up at the gym. I had put a post up on my social media. I said, imagine if you go to watch your favorite wrestler show at a show, and that wrestler comes out and you lose it. You lose your mind, and they get in the ring and they don't perform well, and they look horrible. How would you feel? I said, now imagine with that same thought, you're that performer, and somebody paid hard-earned money to come watch you, but you get out there and you go shit the bed. Then what? You know, what have you done at this point?
True statement.
You have just embarrassed yourself, and this person's gonna look at you and be like, "Dang, man, I paid my hard-earned money.
I wasted my money on this dude."
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember as a kid, if I went to a show and I saw a guy I watched on TV for years look horrible, I'm like, Dad, what's this? You know, like what is this? I don't want to be that guy. I don't want kids to look at me and be like, Sam was horrible tonight. Man. And then I got the nerve to want to sell some shirts to that kid.
Right? Right? Then you're like, you want to buy a shirt?
You want to buy a shirt? No. No. Can I have my $20 back, please?
Right? Yeah, you owe the money now.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. I mean, that old school way that you have, that mindset, is the mindset y'all pass down to me. And it's the mindset I'm trying to pass down to the newer generation. because
got no
this
choice.
yeah,
Each one teach one.
yeah. Reno beat that in us, man. Reno beat that in
Yes,
us.
man. Yes. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Reno is, he is the Black Pearl. He is a member of the Samoan dynasty. We're talking Rikishi Fatu. We're talking Samu Fatu. We're talking about The Rock. All those people, Samoan dynasty, Roman Reigns, the Usos, they all came from the same. Samoan Werewolf, they all came from the same spot.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you get trained by them, you get trained.
Legit.
I've been in the ring with Graffiti Kid and Black Pearl. I know. I know.
Some of the
roughest matches in my career.
I still remember it. I do, and that's why whenever I feel myself slacking, I'm like, nope. Gotta push harder. Harder.
And guys always ask me, dude, for your age, you're pretty good. So you know why? Because for my age, I've learned how to take the bumps the way I need to take them, and when not to take the bumps. I learned the hard way. I was out there at 21, 22. Let's do TLC matches, man. Me and LTP and the Suburban Commandos, Kings of the TLC series. Man, they were like, yeah, we were crazy. Let's do it. Hey, let's a 20-foot ledge. Let's jump off the 30-foot ledge. Yeah, bro. Not now. You be like, you let me see five bumps out of me. I got a young tech party. He do all that.
my favorite is what do you do? Okay, so we're not doing that.
Right?
We're not,
right? Oh, you
not
do how many
flips?
Tonight? Nah, that's night.
Nah, brother. I gotta work tomorrow.
For me, it's like you do that. Just X. You working with him, right? Yep, thank God I got a young, exciting tag team partner. Just exciting, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I got a young tag team partner that's all about the thrills and spills of being a professional wrestler. Me, on the other hand, I've been doing it almost 3 decades. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Let me save these hips and these joints. Let me do that.
Man, knock on wood. I've only had maybe 1 or 2 major injuries. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, but Tony over here, he knows. Tony knows.
Yes, I do.
Man,
yes, I do.
I heard that another about a finisher. JB, what are you talking about? I love the fact that JB is drunk and he's on the podcast, but JB is making a lot of sense. Look at this.
I know.
Look at, and he's spelling the words correctly. See, JB is not too damn drunk. Yeah, no matter how much crap we talk about each other.
It's only 9:23, so we still got time.
Look at this, man. Politics did it for me. Let me remind me why I got into the business to kick ass and have fun, and apparently drink moonshine. And let me tell you, if JB offer you some moonshine, don't drink it.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't drink it. If you value your safety, don't drink it. They gave me some apple moonshine, and I drank it. It was like Sam, no lie, bro. It was like Friday. I drank I didn't know because I opened the bottle. I'm like, that smells good, and I just took it. I'm like, oh my god, I was,
baby, get you every time.
From Friday to Monday, bro. I'm telling you, Friday to Monday, bro. And it was like a sip. It wasn't like a gulp. It was like a sip, and I was like, oh. And it was like, oh, it tastes good. It tastes. Whoa, what happened? I was like, I gotta drive home. How am I gonna get home? You ever get so paranoid? Like I'm sitting in my car, and the car is off, and I'm sitting in my driveway. I'm looking at my front door, and I'm like, I can't go in the house. I'm drunk. I'm a drunk man. And I'm like, I can't go in the house. I'm drunk.
No, I can't go in like this, man. I can't go in like this.
I'm like, I can't find my keys. They're in the ignition. I can't find my key.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, JB.
Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't drive home drunk. I drove home sober. It didn't hit me until I got home. As I was staring at my front door, like, you can't go in the house. I'm drunk. How am I gonna open my door?
But
Oh.
listen,
Oh,
fellas.
wait a minute.
I've got to.
Hold on before we go any further. I gotta do this. Shout out to my boy Martin Casals. Today,
yes.
Marty got married. He just sent me a text.
Nice.
He said, "I said, what up, brother?" He goes, "Got married. What's up?"
Someone finally get an
man.
honest man out of him.
Yeah. Israel, let's see if we can get Marty on the show. Let's see if we can get him on the show. Hold on. I mean, he did just get married. He's probably consummating. Yep, he's consummating his marriage right now. You better not answer the phone, Marty. God damn it, you better not answer the phone. He didn't answer. Okay.
Night, damn it! You better answer the phone.
He did it on Twitch. We should have watched it on Twitch. Damn it, we should have watched it on Twitch.
He did stream his wedding on Twitch.
He
That's
sure
right.
did.
You know, that gives me an idea.
I said, well, are you gonna get married on Twitch?
I might.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Live on pay-per-view, Tony DeBerg. Sam Knight's officiating. I'm the best.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Cosmo Williams right here. Cosmo over here. He's laughing at us. Cosmo's going to be the dude who takes off for the bachelor party. Don't let JB Moonshine plan it. That's for damn sure.
Oh, God, no.
JB planning he planning bachelor parties, and during the pandemic, every strip club closed at 10 o'clock. He planning it. That's right, JB putting you out there. Talking about let's go to the strip club at 9:45.
Definitely let him supply the booze. Planning, not so much.
Cosmo is the GOAT. He is the GOAT.
Yep.
Oh man. But Sam, before we let you go, man, I got this game that I play. And I haven't played it in a while because we've been doing other things. But the game is real simple, man. It's so simple that even Paul Motion can do it. It's called Team with Feud with or Fire. Real simple concept. You can team with anyone in the industry, no matter who it is, alive or dead. You can feud with anyone you want to. And you can fire anybody. I mean, anybody.
And you're not just limited to wrestlers either. You just couldn't be managers.
Fire referees all the time. I'm firing Jason Moonshine right now.
Yep. Ring announcers, so on and so forth.
Guys who ring the bell like Shane, Ding Ding Kid, he gets fired like twice a day. I would fire Marco Stunt, that's for damn sure. But that's just me. Yeah, I would fire his ass real quick. He's just a goof. But JB Moonshine, damn pandemic.
He's not wrong.
Okay, so with that being said, team with, feud with, or fire.
Team with. If I could team with anybody, I'm big on the Samoans. Sefa Fatu.
Okay.
Good guy. A guy that I have established a friendship with. He's somebody I would team with. That I actually have, and it's actually fun. Feud with Chris Jericho.
Nice.
Jericho's one of the reasons why I'm working. Because I love how he's always reinventing himself. You know what I mean? Always reinventing himself. So I'm big on that. Fire. God, put me on the spot for that one.
Wait. Before you fire him, just know you don't have to give us an excuse why you fire him. But we sure as hell will like one.
Okay, so I'll tell you, this will probably pop you. Mike King, I'm firing him.
Oh my God! You can't fire Money Mike. Oh no!
Yeah, heel turn, real quick, real quick heel turn.
Just turn heel real quick.
Well, and Mikey, it's an insider. He knows that there's something that he did at a show, actually during my match with Pope.
Oh, shit. And you gotta tell us.
Oh,
you can't bring it up and not tell us.
So my daughter was there, and my daughter goes, "Daddy," and he goes, "Yes, Sam, your daughter's calling me Daddy." So, yeah, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
He go. He go.
he got to go.
I can just see him doing it too. That's the sad part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but he got to go. He got to go, and I'll tell him. I was like, I fired you, bro. Oh man.
Oh man, you hear that, Shane? You can be fired too. I know you're watching.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, well,
Yeah.
Sam, man, thank you very much for joining us. Give
you, guys.
give all our viewers your places they can find you, man. Like, ladies and gentlemen, July 1st is a great day. Not only is it Canada Day, it's my birthday.
Our
Sam's
birthday.
PayPal's will be dropped in the link below.
Yeah. Send that. No, you can find me on Facebook, Sam Knight, SamKnight. Instagram, Knight's Honor. I have YouTube stuff. I will be competing wrestling. The Juneteenth show for DCCW. Will be defending the DCCW Heavyweight Championship there. So if you're in the months here,
in regards to that show, do you know if it's going to be live streamed or not?
I don't believe so, but we've got 2 weeks. We can make anything happen. So I think that's something
I
we
definitely want to
now.
keep track of that show for sure.
Oh, definitely. Actually, what I'll do is I'll get a hold of them tomorrow. Of course, I'll talk to Mike tomorrow, and we can go ahead and make that happen because I think that's something we should do anyway.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people that won't be able to make it out to the Muncie area. Even if we just do Facebook Live, we can get somebody to do that.
Man,
So,
Muncie, Indiana, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. And I had already shown the little flyer and the page where you can actually go and order tickets for that show.
Yes.
I will put that back up here before we leave. And anything that if you're doing a Juneteenth show, that's absolutely worth commemorating, and 100% agreed.
You know what's crazy?
And
I'm putting over my King show, and I ain't even on it.
man, look, ain't that funny?
Oh man, I'm putting the show over. I ain't even on it.
I'm gonna make sure. I'll make sure that I'll dedicate my match to you since you won't be there.
Man, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome, bro. I will mark for you. I will pop for you, ladies and gentlemen. I will be like, that's my boy. That's my boy. Happy birthday to him.
But
you glad I there? I will embarrass the hell out of you.
Look, and I'd probably start laughing too.
I'm good for breaking people in matches, bro. I'm so good for that.
Listen, if you gonna be down in Vegas, let's make it happen with you down in Vegas. Bro, we got to work on getting you down there. We got to get you there.
All they gotta do is call me, and be like, "Hey, you available?" Yeah, I'm available. And I'll even do a favor. I won't even charge the full price.
Look.
I won't even pull the VIP card on them. I'll just be like, "Yo, check this out. My boy Sam's on the show. We want to beat people up. We don't like Steve and we don't like Simon. Let's beat them up.
Get it in.
They owe me one. I mean, now that they're AEW Dark Stars, like
TV, bro. They TV.
Yeah. What were they on BTE? They were the local guys.
The locals.
Hashtag locals.
Man.
I love those dudes, man. They're
me too.
They still got me. They still made me lose up, but they're good people.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Hopefully we can see you there. And I'll pass that word on and let them know, like, yo,
sure.
Doug, this is the dude I want here. I've already said something before, and I'm gonna say it again. This is the dude I want here. So,
and then I'll bring Big Red. Big Red, she gonna jump in the bag. You hear that, Big Red? You hear that? You hear that, Big Red?
We can turn up, bro. We can turn up for the birthday.
Sam said he don't want you to break up with me, Big Red.
No, don't do it. Don't do
it. He'll let me take you to Vegas. He promised. You good now? Okay. Yeah. I'm naming my belt Heather. That's my belt's name. My belt's name is Heather.
Bet.
It's golden too. Look at that. Boom. You see that right there?
I see you, baby.
That's fire. Oh Oh man.
Thank you guys for having me on tonight, man.
Oh man. You know, anytime you want to come on the show, man, the door is always open. You got a seat at the table, man.
I appreciate that.
And ladies and
I
gentlemen, that
appreciate
has been Sam Knight, the
Take care, guys.
very best birthday twins, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Yes,
on
sir.
The Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Professional wrestling is one of the toughest sports going today. If you ever dreamed of being a professional wrestler, then former WWE superstar and World Tag Team Champion Sir Mo of the famed tag team Men on a Mission invites you, yes, you, to join his Bumps and Bruises Academy. Now in 2 locations in Carrollton, Texas and Sherwood, Arkansas. Allow Sir Mo and his head coach, Dante Smiley, and other coaches to get you on the road to an exciting and rewarding career. Classes forming now for your shot. Contact Sir Mo at 704-819-7312 or fill out an information questionnaire now. Don't wait, make your dreams come true today by joining the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy.
Hi, this is James Beard with SWE Fury, and you're watching the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
And we are back. So, Tony, now that me and Big Rig got a date in Vegas, are you going to be there for Cauliflower Alley?
I definitely am. I've already got my room reserved. I got my plane tickets all set to go. Cauliflower Alley Club will be in September. That will be from the 13th to the 15th. Some of us are going to get in early, though. That Sunday that week. We're still waiting to find out if they're going to have matches during that weekend, or that week, I should say. But whether there are or not, I've had this plan for a long ass time. There's no way I was going to give up on this one.
Man, the pandemic totally just shut everything down for us. But Vegas is wide open, man.
It is.
It is absolutely wide open. I got people that were in Vegas this weekend, and they were like, "Yeah, Vegas is like cracking." My brother goes there all the time. He works in Vegas a lot, and he's like, "Yeah, Vegas is wide open." I went to Vegas not too long ago, and it was crazy because I walked in there like it was like the streets. I walked down the streets of Fremont, and I'm like, dude, no one's wearing a mask. This is when they were like at 75%. So I'm like, man, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, because I got Vegas we got Vegas coming up in September. I'm going to be heading to New Orleans in August. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling here pretty soon, just like you.
Welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the club. Traveling, going to Nashville at the end of the month, Alaska. Just doing a lot of things, man.
I'm trying to plan for New York in October as well.
The UIWA is affording me an opportunity to travel the country defending the North American Championship, and I'm honored. It's an honor. I'll be, going into Vegas, and you never know where I'll show up. Indiana. I know I have Indiana in July. That's already been discussed. So, I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on, man, and I'm happy that I get to live my dream at least for 2 more years. Because when 30 years pops up, I'm gonna go ahead and hang the boots up and get back on this podcasting, Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and all other the major platforms you can find us on. I mean, and drop the bombshell. We might be on Fight TV pretty soon, which is excellent.
Hey. Everywhere there's a place to reach, we will find a way to get it.
That's right. We got an itch, we're gonna scratch it. Yeah. Hope that doesn't get us demonetized. What the hell? Everything else does.
Too late.
Too late. So let's talk about this weekend wrestling before we get off this sucker, man.
Okay.
I mean, the
Let
Luna
me
Rush thing was
reiterate
great.
this one real quick since we talked about it. The DCCW Keys to the City event, the Juneteenth celebration. You can go here and find some more information. You'll find the venue information. So if you're in the Muncie, Indiana area, hit that up, please. I
It's
mean, that's going
it's
to
about
be
45 minutes outside of Indianapolis. It's a
yeah,
pretty brisk drive.
it's going to be that's going to be a pretty nice show. Hopefully they'll be live streaming it as well, and we can actually cover it here on the Roundtable.
Well, I texted Mike King while we were talking about it, and so I texted Mike King. He hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I'm pretty sure he will live stream it because Mike loves publicity for his company.
Definitely. So as far as what's coming up this weekend, I mean, now that AEW, they're doing their shows on Fridays, so we got that to look forward to. So we'll talk about that next week. We've already talked about the NWA show from this past weekend and NWA Power. I don't think we talked about AEW Dynamite from this past weekend.
Oh
This
man,
past week though.
I gotta say this, man. If we're gonna talk about that, I gotta say this. NXT, I wasn't really too much of a fan. AAA, I was kind of a fan, but I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if it's Charlotte Flair. I don't know what she did, but fucking Andrade, he showed up on AEW and was like,
Yes, he
"I'm gonna be the
did.
face of AEW." Like legit, like I'm gonna be the face of AEW. And the crowd popped. Like he came out to no music. He came out to Vicky Guerrero's "Excuse Me," which is kind of stupid, but it's Vicky Guerrero,
Yeah,
so she's over.
that probably would have been the one thing I would have changed in that situation was just having him show up by himself instead of with Vicky Guerrero. But I mean, I can understand why they did that. Andrade is going to be a great addition to the roster there.
Oh yes.
And
And
then
that brings the Latino market to AEW. I mean, not only do you have Penta and you have Phoenix, but now you have Andrade. But here's the thing: like he came out and he spoke English, something that Vince wouldn't let him do.
That's right.
Vince. I mean, I'm not gonna say Vince is racist or anything like that. Choppy choppy your pee. Every Asian person is supposed to say that in WWE because that's what Vince thinks. But he came out and he, did his thing. He came out and he was like, Andrade, the idol. That's what El Idolo means. He means he's Andrade, the idol. Which is
Andrade El Idolo.
Yeah, that's a pretty good gimmick he got going there. And the door is wide open with AEW, AAA, and New Japan. Those doors are wide open. And Impact Wrestling, I should say. I totally didn't think of that. So for Andrade to come in there, and he's already has a match planned at Triple Mania against Kenny Omega for the AAA Mega title.
Actually, no. So that's going to be assuming that he gets past his opponent. Who is he facing? Yeah, because he's not facing Andrade at Triple Mania.
He's not?
No, he's not. I just had it up here too.
I thought that was the match that they had planned.
Triple Mania. It will be Kenny Omega facing Laredo Kid.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? No one wants to see that shit again.
So Triple Mania 28 will have 7 matches. Kenny Omega defending against Laredo Kid. Pagano versus Chessman, hair versus hair. And the Marvel match with Arachno and Leyenda Americana versus Vinny Nodie and Terra Papara.
So Thanos and Venom.
Yep, Thanos and Venom. Let's see. I'm reading. So those are the only matches that are currently locked in. So there's going to be 4 matches. So yeah, that Kenny Omega and Andrade match, if it happens, it will happen later on.
Man, that's probably why he signed with AEW, so he can make the match happen, where he can build a story for that match. Because AEW does stories. Unlike WWE, they actually do stories that last longer than a week. So, I mean, shit. Okay, but do you? I didn't want to bring it up, but I'm going to because we start talking about WWE stuff. Aleister Black, Tom Mann, legend over in England. He's done a lot over there in England. Like, people love him. The WWE fires him.
Yep.
After they fired his wife because she wouldn't stop streaming.
Yep.
And now it's crazy because now he's defending them. He's defending them for I don't know what I'm trying to say here. He got fired. He's defending the company. And people are literally pushing for WWE to rehire him. And people are like, you need to hire him back like yesterday. Like, he's, even Bleacher Report talks about it. Like, they got rid of like 6 people last week. They got rid of like Aleister Black, Braun Strowman, Ruby Riott, Lana. They got rid of Murphy and Santana Garrett. Now, Santana Garrett, she's a very good indie worker. I met her in Florida when she was the NWA Women's Champion. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
She's pretty good. But she was under WWE contract for a long time. They finally moved her up to SmackDown. She was Raw. She was finally set to make her debut on Raw, and she got fired. Lana, dude, she may not be the best wrestler, but for someone that has over 1 million followers on TikTok and all this social medias, that's the one you want to represent your brand. You got rid of her.
One clarification I wanted to make real quick. So, the Kenny Omega and Andrade match is going to be happening, but it won't be until August.
That sucks. It'll probably get All Out in Chicago, probably.
August for AAA.
Okay. It's not Triple Mania, though.
No, it's the date that they have set. Oh God, where was it? I'm looking for it right now. August 14th.
Okay. Okay, August 14th.
Yep.
Huh. All right. Well, WWE is doing some stupid stuff. They fired Aleister Black after putting on the WWEshop.com a coming soon Aleister Black t-shirt. They literally had him do a black mask gimmick kick to Big E to start a feud with him, and then fired him the next day.
And it's funny you should mention that as far as merchandise goes. So there's a YouTuber that I watch occasionally. His name is Justin Wang.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so he was actually collaborating with Aleister Black on a new t-shirt. Let me see if I can bring that up here. Yeah, literally the same week that they had announced that collaboration, fired. Literally.
No, we discussed on the podcast. And I discussed it with Adam Woods and a couple other people on the podcast on According to Woods. It looks like Nick Khan is trying to build up the revenue to sell the WWE to make a profit. And I, for one, I know this is going to draw heat from a lot of people that are watching the podcast, and I don't care. I mean, I do care. I love you guys, but this is probably gonna make a lot of people mad. I can't wait for the WWE shutdown. I actually pray for the day that the WWE goes out of business. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying, like, there's a guy on a certain podcast that bashes everything AEW because he's such a WWE like mark. The WWE does no harm. They're the perfect company. They do no wrong. Zombies, hello. I just seen the Miz get eaten by some zombies. Like, that was stupid. Even like mainstream magazines were like, that's the dumbest. That set wrestling back 30 years. You know, stupidity. Anyway, Aleister Black is free to sign wherever he wants after his 90-day clause. Now,
That's right.
Bruce Pritchard and Paul Heyman both loved Aleister Black. Vince said he didn't understand the gimmick.
He didn't get it.
He didn't get it. I didn't get that gimmick, pal. You know, but yeah, Aleister Black has gone on record to say that Vince likes him and likes his gimmick and likes everything to do with him. So if the COO, the owner, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who runs the whole show, the rest of the 3-ring circus, loves your gimmick, what the fuck fired?
Yeah, I don't know.
No
I
idea.
do not know.
But you know, that's like one of the top trending stories now, and everyone's like, they want him back in WWE. I mean,
so this is the merchandise that literally came out that same week.
yeah, the Dark Father.
Yeah, so
I
this
don't know.
is the collaboration with Justin Wang, Tommy End, or Aleister Black. Yeah, literally right after that came out, fired. And
You know, he's been in the business 18 years. He can
now
19 years.
you want to talk about something that's incredibly stupid. So you're firing all these people, and now apparently they're going to push Jackson Riker as a babyface.
You fired Buddy Murphy, but you keep Riker.
Keep Jackson Riker, and it's not just keeping Jackson Riker. You're pushing him as a babyface.
Oh my god! Yeah, you know, there's only so many things you can. There's only so much you can say. There's only so much you can say. Oh man!
Ziggy Dice debuted on AEW Dark.
Oh my god! But they jobbed him out. Zicky Dice is a friend of the show, former NWA television champion, and they put him in a match with what's the dude's name?
Lance Archer.
Lance Archer. And Lance Archer killed them because everyone dies.
Yep.
Total waste of time.
But you know what? No, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but Zicky Dice made his debut on Dark, but you could see him prominently in the front row on the preceding Dynamite show. You could actually see him quite during the Dustin Rhodes and Nick Camarado match, the bull rope match.
Yeah, the main event from this week's Dynamite.
Yep. So you could see Zicky Dice all over the place during that matchup, along with a bunch of other indie workers. But yeah, and so Zicky Dice gets the debut, and then they set up a match with Angelico versus Christian for Dynamite, which should be fun.
Christian outwork everybody.
I mean, styles clash. It'll definitely be a clash of styles, but you know what? Another match that we've never seen before.
Unlike Wrestle Talk, they're one of the only two. Wrestle Talk and Sean Ross are the only two people that actually do like Raw reviews. Going in Raw doesn't do it anymore because Raw sucks. So I'm going to tell you guys why Raw sucks. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, Hell in a Cell match. Okay, Drew McIntyre has lost like several times. WWE says they don't give automatic rematches anymore, but Drew McIntyre has had 10 fucking rematches, and this time it's going to be in Hell in a Cell. If Lashley wins, Drew McIntyre cannot challenge him ever again for the title. Thank God. But this is where nothing makes sense. Jackson Ryker defeats Elias via countout. Elias ran from the ring to the backstage area and got counted out. Now the whole gimmick is, we all know Jackson Ryker was a military guy, formerly of the military, Forgotten Sons, the whole gimmick, whatever, whatnot. But apparently, people are forgetting that Jackson Ryker has some very insensitive comments to make during the.
To put it mildly.
Yeah. So he was labeled like a racist. He was labeled a racist, and a lot of bad shit went down. So the WWE is going to push the PTSD gimmick. Push him as a face.
Yeah.
The way they set that up was, Elias was like, well, now we're going back on the road. I don't want to be sharing the same locker room with this guy because you never know what he's going to do. So insensitive to people who have PTSD.
Oh, good Lord.
Ricochet versus Humberto Carrillo, and he did a double count out. Carrillo has a Spanish fly from the ring apron to the outside. Now, basically what's going to end up happening here is it's going to be Sheamus versus Ricochet versus Humberto Carrillo for the United States title, because that's what WWE always does. Jeff Hardy wrestled Cedric Alexander, and he beat him by pinfall with the Swanton Bomb in the slowest fucking match I've ever seen in my entire career. I mean, Cedric Alexander had literally slowed down and like crawl to help Jeff Hardy. Now, WWE does this shit all the time. All the time. Okay, this is one of the worst storylines, spot thing, whatever you want to call it. The stupidest thing. Can they coexist? What are they going to do? They're a tag team. Can they coexist? Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. Everybody knows Rhea Ripley is the WWE Women's Champion. If you didn't know that, not many people do, because they push her. She gets pinned all the time. And her and Charlotte, who's now the number one contender, who basically can come back from injury and get tired right away because she's Charlotte, lost to Nikki Cross and Asuka. And it's because Charlotte Flair hit the natural selection on her tag team partner, because you know they can exist. So instead of Charlotte taking the loss, the women's champion of Raw took a loss. Pinned. Mansoor.
Protect your champion, guys.
Right, sure is. Mansoor is from was it India?
Stoner you?
No. Well, his gimmick is he's supposed to be from Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
95-0. 95-0. And then he wrestles on main event, and he loses his first match. So he beat Drew Gulak after Mustafa Ali gave him some words of encouragement, telling him to not trust anybody, but you need to take advantage if you feel the need, which was stupid. In a match that I found very entertaining, Kofi Kingston versus Riddle. I don't like Riddle.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, I liked Riddle on the Indies because Riddle he worked on the Indies. He went to WWE and now he's just a stoner. He's just a broke man's RVD.
Yeah, he doesn't stand out anymore, honestly. He really does not stand out to.
No, he doesn't. And, like I say, he's a broke man's RVD. But the fact that he keeps trying to hit Randy Orton's RKO. I mean, last week, Randy Orton did the laziest Bro Derek in the match. But to see Randy Orton do it, it was hilarious. The RKO Bro gimmick is way over. I love the gimmick. I just don't like Riddle.
I was reading up on possible theories as to where that's going to go, and the obvious conclusion is just to have Randy Orton turn on him.
No, we can't have we cannot have Randy Orton turn on Riddle. Please, God, no. Because if Randy turns on Riddle and if Randy turns on Riddle and gives a boot, he's gonna put Riddle out of wrestling, which means Riddle will probably show up at AEW. Can't have that happen.
What they should do is they should have Riddle be the one who turns heel.
I would be more. But Randy is a face. I don't know.
Yeah, Randy is a face, not
Randy's always been that cool guy. You know what I mean? Like the cool guy that he's not a face, he's not a heel, he's just indifferent.
Right, which is why, honestly, if you want to mix it up and you want to do something that actually might interest some people, which is why they won't do it, have Riddle be the one who turns heel on Randy Orton. That way you could, which is what you could do to, I don't know, maybe make a new star when you put Riddle over him at WrestleMania.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the WWE making new stars. When was the last time the WWE made a new star? And don't say Roman Reigns, because he's been there for like fucking 10, 15 years.
That was honestly going to be the first name I was going to come up with.
So I had this conversation with someone in another producer group who, in my opinion, blows the WWE hardcore. He said, the WWE makes new stars. I said, name one. And he couldn't name one. I said, no, really. I want you to name one person that WWE made a star. One person. One new person. What new star? They were complaining about, oh yeah, man. You got fucking and I'm like, who? Oh well, AEW just getting all the old people. They're getting Big Show. They got Christian. They got this guy. They got this guy. I'm like, yeah, they do. But they got Luchasaurus. They got Hangman Page. They got John Silver. They got the whole Dark Order gimmick. They got all these guys are building to be new stars. Jungle Boy. All these guys are building to be new stars. Sky.
Jungle Boy is an interesting case where you don't necessarily have to put the championship on him to make him, just make him, period.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an opportunity where if he, if let's say you do, a fuck finish, and he looks like he very well could have beat Kenny Omega, that would be enough to, legitimize him. Well, and then possibly even do a rematch down the road.
He's already had a match where he went like to the limit with Kenny Omega. So
yeah.
So he's really over. But this is the situation. The guy was like, yeah, man, they do this and they do this. Oh man, they made Kofi Kingston a new star. Kofi's been in the WWE for fucking 15 years.
Yep.
Oh well, Bobby Lashley's been around for like 10. Oh well, they're doing this. Rhea Ripley she's not a new star. She's been in NXT for like 3 years, and you didn't do shit with her when she came up to the roster.
I was gonna say
you got guys like Ricochet. You got guys like Humberto Carrillo. You got guys like Cedric Alexander. You got guys like Lindsay Dorado. You got like the Lucha House Party. You got all these good fucking guys on your roster.
Now, granted,
and you put over Jason Riker.
Granted, you could make stars out of any of the. I mean, legitimately, you could make stars out of any of these names you just mentioned.
But they won't, and they haven't. Won't. But you go to AEW. AEW has a whole bunch of brand new guys that are made stars. Don't tell me, oh yeah, the WWE made AJ Styles. I'm like, you better take a step back and think about that comment before you come at me like that. AJ was way over. AJ was over in TNA. He was over fucking New Japan. You think the WWE made him?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, people are going to root for it and they're going to believe what they want to believe, and it's crazy. But you got guys like Drew Gulak. Okay. I'm gonna really take a shit for this one, but I'm gonna say it anyway. D.L. Madden and Shane Thorne. Retribution. D.L. Madden, he's the shits. Shane Thorne, great. Okay.
Yeah, Thorne.
And then you got the one else with Keith Lee. God, I can't think of the other Retribution guy's name. Dijakovic. Dominic Dijakovic. That guy is a Vince McMahon creation. Vince loves big guys. Yeah. Powell, come on, Powell. You love big guys that can fucking work. He's muscular. He's fucking good looking. He's athletic. He can do the do. So you put him under a mask and give him a shitty name like G-string or jockstrap or whatever the fuck his name was. Ballsack. I don't know. Fuck their names were. Biker mice from Nutsacks. I don't fucking know. But you give them shitty names and you job them out. And then this is the kicker. This is the kicker for me. And I'm going to say this and then I'm going to be done with the podcast because after I say this, there's nothing else I can say. Shayna Baszler. In the main event segment on Raw, Shayna Baszler had an argument and broke a glass in her locker with a fucking paper plate. I see the Raw Championship going to be won by Alexa Bliss and Lily, the fucking plate. I can tell you that right now. First zombies. Now a fucking doll, a plate, wherever the fuck Lily is.
And they say DDT is supposed to be a fucking disgrace to wrestling. Jesus Christ.
But the WWE is the best product in the world.
At least DDT was entertaining.
Yeah, but we can't say a bad thing about WWE. It's the best product in the world. It's the only place where an ugly voodoo doll can win the championship. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen.
What the fuck?
With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't fucking say anything else, man.
I can't either.
This is the shit that sets wrestling back 30, 40 years. Not war games or anything like that, but just Raw. Shayna Baszler, Queen of Spades. Shayna Baszler, MMA baddest chick around. One of the MMA 4 horsemen. I guarantee Alexa Bliss and Lily are going to face Shayna Baszler and fucking Nia Jax for the tag team titles. It's at SummerSlam in Las Vegas. And they're going to win the tag team belts. I mean, Braun Strowman won it with fucking, what was the kid's name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It was one of the backstage guys.
He was a fucking referee's kid. I know that.
Yeah. He was a ref's kid, and they won the tag team titles. So yeah, it just shows you what the WWE thinks you guys are fucking stupid, ladies and gentlemen. They think you guys are fucking morons.
Here's a parting note before we
Lily
go.
for the pin.
So here's a parting note. Apparently, Braun Strowman is asking for 5 figures to take indie appearances.
Braun Strowman can suck the back of my dick. And that comment's not gets demonetized.
I said that just in hopes that you would say that exact line. So thank you.
And this is why I get in trouble every week, ladies and gentlemen, on the Roundtable Pro podcast. Tony, tell these people where they can watch us on TV every week, man.
If we haven't been kicked off TV yet, you can catch us on Xfinity and CenturyLink TV in the Portland area every Monday night at 10 p.m. on Channel 11, every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. on Channel 22 Xfinity, Channel 8002 CenturyLink. And if you missed that one, you can catch us on a brand new Wednesday time slot, 9:30 p.m., Channel 23 Xfinity and Channel 8003 on CenturyLink Prism.
And this is why people watch our podcast. You know that, right? Because they know there's a no holds barred, balls count anywhere matches up in here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. That right there is a Blue Chew shoot right there. To support the channel, ladies and gentlemen, go to this website, https://anchor.fm/ the Roundtable podcast /support. Support your boys, because we sure fucking need it. As you can see, we have lost all sensibility tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Also, you can find us, like it says on the bottom. You can go find us on Google Podcasts, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and any of all the major podcast platforms, soon to be coming to Fight TV, hopefully. Thank you very much, Cheryl. We try to be very entertaining on the show, but it's not scripted, ladies and gentlemen. We just come on the show and we shoot the shit. We have fun.
Who needs a script? Who needs a script?
That's right. No one needs a script on this show. You can thank our sponsors, the 503 Originals, www.503original.com. Go buy shirts, hats, sweaters, hoodies. They have nice t-shirts that say things like Burnside. They have things that say 503 Original. They have shirts that say, I don't know, some other shit. I mean, it's good stuff. go buy the shirt. Yeah. And, for the first time this week, I can truly say that Gusan guy, he was not everywhere. He was not everywhere this week. But you know who was here?
Been mentioned on this show.
Yeah, I just did it, but I said it twice. He'll show up like a fucking boogeyman. But you know who was on the show tonight? You know who's on the show tonight? This drunk bastard right here, JB Moonshine, got himself some new gear, and he says, I'm ready. JB, I'm ready for you to go. And my boy Cosmo, the GOAT, half of the Beast Worldwide Tag Team Champions. He is a member of the Rockefeller Foundation. He's still rocking all that gold right there. Shout out to my boy Cosmo. Shout out to Cheryl. Cheryl's always on the podcast. She's always in the comments making us laugh. Shout out to the oldest man on God's green earth, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the oldest man. He's the oldest man on God's green earth. Like, literally, in the Bible it says Methuselah still walks the earth. He's the only man to ever live and not die until he met Paul Moonshine. Happy birthday, you old son of a bitch.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Shout out to my boy Martin Casals, better known as Marty the Moth, Lucha Underground, who made his AEW Dark and Dynamite debut a couple weeks ago. He just got married today.
That guy's on a roll. I mean, goddamn.
He's breaking necks, cashing checks, and breaking hearts, and getting married. Putting the ring on his finger. If she liked it, then she should have put a ring
it live on Twitch, baby.
Yeah, streamed it on Twitch. You go follow him on Twitch, man. Shout out to my boy Banny, who I ain't seen in so goddamn long, brother. Welcome back.
Wow.
Shane, you're still a son of a bitch. Paul Moonshine, once again, happy 300,000th birthday. 300,000th birthday.
300,000.
Paul Moonshine was around before at the beginning of time.
And he doesn't look a day over 400,000.
Paul Moonshine's the reason why the barrel's a big bang. He dropped his walker, and boom, it was like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here on this crazy edition of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. Later.